Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Google Pixel 6a, which I have owned for the past 4 months now. And the purpose of today's video is obviously not to go into all the specs and everything, because I've made a separate video on that. And in addition to that, I've made probably, I reckon, in total anything between maybe 15 to 20 videos on the Pixel 6a covering various areas, obviously cameras, taking photos, what else, tips and tricks, etc. So they're all on my channel if you want to view them. But today I just want to give you just an overview of what it's been like using this device. And I should also mention, I did purchase this with my own money. So let's start by looking at the build design. And I have to say, I really like this device, because for a start, I compared this to the iPhone SE. So just right here, and look at that. I mean, in terms of the size, and then if you look at the thick black bars on the top and the bottom, the Pixel 6a wins hands down, because they're sort of about the same price bracket. The iPhone SE looks like Apple just has not bothered with the design. Whereas if you look at Google, from their 3A to this, it's been a marked improvement. And what I love about this design as well is that, if you didn't know, if you saw someone with this using this from a distance, you would think it was the flagship model, the 6 or the 6 Pro. And I love that. So there's no, obviously, unless you get closer, then you'll see. But other than that, from a distance, you just think all of these are probably, the flagship ones. So I think that's really cool. Well done to Google for really thinking ahead and basically bringing the device up to really good standard. What else do I love about this? I love this just single punch hole at the top there, and there is the ability to hide that, and I will just show what it looks like. But again, I have covered that in how to hide the front facing camera, if that's your thing, especially if you like watching content. Just hold it like that. Feels like a nice mini TV. So there is the ability to hide the front facing camera. The other thing I love about this as well is just the back. Honestly, I am besotted by looking at the back. Not just back, but I love this two-tone color scheme. And I have to be honest, when I saw that it's the same color for you don't have the two-tone colors on the 7 range, I was very disappointed, because I just think this is a really nice touch. So if Google could bring the two-tone color back, I think that would be majestic. The other thing I love about this, obviously, you've got the slim camera bar there, and the beauty with this as well is, with most phones, they have such big camera bumps. But this one, look at that, it's very discreet, very, very neat. And the beauty is, when you lay it flat, you can bet your bottom dollar there is no rocking to be had whatsoever. It is brilliant. So, well, again, real good touch and thinking by Google. I do love that. The other thing I love about this is, should pick this up, is that, again, I honestly, it's only because I've been doing some research on it. Even before I purchased this device, I never knew that the back was made of plastic. If no one had told me, I would never guess in a million years. I'd never guess. And I love it because it hides fingerprints really well. I've had my grubby hands all over this. I did not even clean the back case. I did not even clean it in preparation for this video. So you can see, I hope I'm demonstrating this well, it hides fingerprints really well. Anyway, at least this color does anyway. I'm not sure about the other colors, but this one, it hides it well. Beautiful, love that, lovely finish, really smooth. Again, I'm always in that, wow, it's made of plastic. Yeah, really good touch, love that, really loved it. Obviously, sides are made of aluminium, really nice. But again, and then you've got, love the idea, you've got these stereo speakers, really good sound on this as well. And you're thinking of moving to this, it's not a deal breaker, but just something you do need to be aware of, and that is if I can get this into good angle, okay, and that is the configuration of these buttons on the side here. So at the bottom here you have the volume rocker, and then here you have the on and off power button. Now if you look at most devices across different brands, always have the power button at the bottom and the volume rocker at the top. So I'm not sure why Google have gone for this type, because I can tell you the amount of times I keep thinking I'm hitting the on off button, but it's not. So that's something to just be aware of. So yeah, that took getting used to, and in fact I still make accidental touches there for sure. Oh, speaking of that, obviously this has got a nice flat edge display, because some people they do not like curved displays. So for those of you who like flat displays, this will be right up your street for sure. So no issues there whatsoever. So again, yeah, really nice. I love the overall build and design of this device. When it comes to the software on this device, I have to say it is slick, it's simple, and it flows with little to no duplication of apps. Really like that. And I do believe it's currently on ready for Android 13. Yeah, I really like it. Smooth, everything works. I've not had any issues to report, none whatsoever. No overheating issues, nothing. And I do use this for filming quite a bit, because I love the quality of the photos and videos that it does produce. Really love it. Really clean, soft, works fantastically well, no issues. And also this will easily last you all day with what I'd say to good medium to heavy use. Obviously I'm not a gamer, so I don't play games on my devices, but I do watch a lot of YouTube and other social platforms, so I am putting it through its paces. But like I said, in the day, yeah, no issues as well. The other thing I love about this device is you just switch it off there, and I just love this always on display. It is so good. I can see this from quite a short distance, especially when I'm sleeping. Set the alarm and I wake up before it sounds. I can see it. Really nice. I love it. So nice. I think until you experience it, you probably won't fully understand. The other thing with this as well is you can, to always freshen the lock on the home screen. You can always change that. You go into your widgets, you obviously go into wallpapers, and then you've got a choice here. You can pick something from your photo library. Now this one here, live wallpapers, when I tap on it, nothing appears, so keep that in mind. But once I tap on here, go in there again, I can, obviously I've got some other colors and things that I can do as well, wallpaper colors, etc. Let's focus on the wallpaper, so you go to your photo gallery, choose something there, and then you've got these other categories here, and you can choose from them. Again, they're all free, really useful. If you want, you can have solid colors. Cool. So if I go to, let's go to cityscapes, so you've got these here, and I think they do freshen these up from time to time. Really cool, really nice touch indeed. In fact, let's choose something while we're here. Okay, it's nice. Let's just go for the home screen for now. So look at that. Woo! Look, that looks really nice. When it comes to tips and tricks, this device does not disappoint, and it does pack a punch. Naturally, I can't cover them all here, but I have made a separate video covering 20 tips and tricks, which is on my channel. In addition to that, I've got about maybe 10 to 12 separate bite-sized videos breaking down some of these tips and tricks. So they're all on my channel if you want to view those. Okay, let me just run through some of these. So one of my favorites, obviously with this thick forehead, that means it's hidden the camera there. You probably see it just in the center there, so that's really good. I like that because if you're someone like myself, I like to watch content without the punch hole being in the way, so that's really neat. Another cool feature that I like on here is now playing. So once you set this up, unlike Shazam where you have to open the app every time, no, this one, once it's set, it just automatically picks up the song that is playing nearby, and it has a good range, and it doesn't matter whether it's in your bag, pants, trouser, jacket pocket, it will pick up whatever's playing. And the other good thing I like about this as well is that it can go back a good 2 months, so no panic that maybe you heard a song a week, 2-3 weeks ago, and you cannot remember it. Just come in here and you'll find it. Like I said, it goes back a good 2 months. Okay, what else do we have? One of my other favorite features is if I switch it off like this, and then if you keep your eye on the bottom of the screen here, let me just double tap there, and you see you can add a message to the front screen. I put this here so in case somebody finds it, hopefully they're benevolent enough to contact me with the view to getting my device back. That's a really nice feature. Obviously you've got live translate, which is really neat, especially if you're in a different country. Very useful tool to have. Naturally you have the magic eraser, and again all of these they're pretty much on my channel. You've got speech enhancement. Honestly, this thing is packed with features. Also, I like the fact that if you switch it off like this, and then if you want to access the camera, just double tap like that and you're in. Really nice. So it's got some really nice, and even when you're in the camera here, so just like that, and then you can get to inside some of the features inside. Really neat. Yeah, so let's just show you something else that's a favorite of mine. The other one I like is, let me just switch it on, is you can, so just keep your eye on the front screen there, and what I'm going to do, I love this feature, is once I double tap, look at that, takes a screenshot, and with that I can edit it, and I can draw on it, text, so let me just type it here, because I can whatever I want, so text like that, change colors, really neat. And then once I'm done and I'm happy, I can just send that to somebody. And the other thing I like about it as well is, if my memory serves me correctly, you can even, look at that, you can resize it. That's so cool, I really like that. When it comes to the cameras on this device, I have to say, it does take some amazing photos and videos, thanks to that Google Tensor processor that is also on the flagship 6 Pro. So again, well done to Google for not dumbing down these 6As. Just have a quick breeze through. So obviously when you go in the camera app, you've got these modes here. Okay, again, I've made a separate video on covering the full camera features on this device. So this is just like a very brief walkthrough, so you can see there, and then you've got panorama, photosphere, and lens. So which is pretty cool. So for example, if we go to the camera, just do things like this, and change the aspect ratio, you got top shot, so forth. And obviously on the rear facing camera, you can shoot videos up to 4K at 60 frames per second. But let's just go there now. Let's just pull that down. So there you go, you can shoot 4K up to 60 frames per second. You've got this speech enhancement feature, and that's really good, especially if you're using the even for if you're using the front facing camera. So what it does, it can block out the noise background, thus amplifying your voice. Again, that's a really cool feature, and it's not a gimmick because I have tested it, and again I've made a video on it, so you can view that on my channel. So it's pretty cool. I do like that feature. Obviously you've got slow motion there, you've got time lapse, then here you can just freeze, reduce the shake or the shudder, so making sure you have a smooth footage. Really like that. So again, really simple. I like the camera, it's just very simple but effective. Now what I'm going to do is the other thing I do like as well is obviously you've got portrait, obviously you've got your nice shots here, and again in one of these you should have astrophotography. There you go, right at the top there, astrophotography. So but what I'm going to do now is just show you just very brief examples of the quality of the photos and videos taken with this device. But again, it's just very brief. If you're enjoying this video, subscribe to the channel below. Would be music to my subscriber count, and it is free to do. As my analytics are showing less than 3% of you watching are subscribed to the channel. Oh, and a big thank you to those of you who have subscribed to the channel.
Someone else out there feels just like you. Go outside and be kind to a stranger. Watch what happens every time you do. Yeah. Make your own sunshine. Smile 'cause it's alright. Your heart's a red kite, let it lift you up. Can you feel the love? Can you feel
Before I answer the question as to whether this device is worth purchasing or not, just want to do a quick recap. In terms of the hardware and the design, it is fantastic. I love it. I really do, especially the back there. Really good. Again, feels great to hold in the hands. No issues to report. And it does feel durable. That's really important as well. When it comes to call quality, it is crisp and clear. No drop calls. The only time I've had drop calls or I have issues with maybe when I'm watching content is when I'm commuting and I'm on a train, fast moving train. Yes, that does happen, but other than that, no issues to report at all. In terms of signal strength, I get 5G very regularly, so no issues there whatsoever. Obviously, the caveat here is that this is my experience and it will differ from person to person, but again, I'm giving you my view on using this device. And the beauty is, when it comes to call quality and signal strength, I've used this in 2 countries, no issues whatsoever. In terms of the battery, it should easily last you all day. I don't envisage any issues there. I'm usually getting I'd say sort of medium to heavy user, and I'm usually left with about 30% at the end of the day, so no issues there. In terms of the cameras, they're great, love it, fantastic, especially if you're a person who just wants to point and shoot and get the best. This is right up there. Colors are rich, beautiful. Obviously, one of the trade-offs is, especially for a device at this price, is you do not have any wireless charging. Not an issue for me whatsoever. And naturally, there is no headphone jack at all on the device, but that can be offset by wearing wireless earbuds, which I tend to do, so no issues there at all. Again, I've had no issues with the call quality or anything whenever I'm using the earbuds. And the other thing to note, which probably doesn't get mentioned quite a lot, is when I use earbuds and I'm watching especially content, there, in terms of latency, there is no lag whatsoever. So again, that is something to bear in mind. And as you can see here, this is the quality of the OLED screen. Yeah, so judge for yourself, but again, I have no issues with it. Everything works well. This here is just something I've set up, no issues there. Look at that, I think that's really good. Again, you can be the judge for yourself. In terms of the refresh rate on this device, it is 60 Hz, but again, it's not a deal breaker. Anyone buying this is not going to be some tech addict like myself who wants the latest and greatest and can tell the difference between 60, 90, 120 Hz. This device is for somebody who wants the latest and greatest, as having a lot of the specs that I've mentioned and also the tips and tricks and everything. They're not going to be bothered about whether it's 60 Hz, 90 Hz, whatever. I said I have no issues with it at all. In terms of the software, as I mentioned, it's clean, no issues there. Obviously, the key thing to note is that this is a 128 gigabytes in terms of internal storage, and if my memory serves me correctly, I think about 10 or 18 gigabytes is taken up of the system storage. When you deduct that from that, so you only left with about 110 gigabytes, and plus there is no expandable storage, so you will probably have to be very frugal when you're taking photos and videos. It will be the videos that will eat up the internal storage for sure, no doubt about it. So again, no expandable storage, but obviously you can offset that by having cloud storage. But again, not everybody wants cloud storage. I'm sure if you gave this to a kid as a device, I guarantee they'll fill up the internal storage very quickly. That is without a shadow of doubt. So it would have been nice if Google offered this is an option. It has a 256 gigabyte option. That would have been nice, but it is what it is. So that's great. And obviously that leads on neatly onto my last point, and I'll let you guys go, and that is the price. So now, since obviously the release of this video, which is coming out now in the holiday season, you can pick this up for $2.99, which I think is a real steal. It really is. So that's something to think about. Again, as I mentioned, this is a really good device. And obviously, to answer my own question, and for you, is this a device worth purchasing? I can definitely recommend this device 100%. As I said, for all the points that I've listed, even with some of the caveats, we have to remember this is the price range of this phone. You can't expect to have everything, but it does the basics. It does, like I said, it does so many things well, lots of features. Again, I've got at least on the Google Pixel 6, I think, again, probably got about 20 videos on there, so you can go there and have a look at the other videos that I've made on this device. So that pretty much wraps it up. If you've got any questions, again, do not hesitate to drop them in the comment section below, and I'll be more than happy to respond. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for this episode. My name is Shola. Thank you for watching, and all that is left for me to say is happy holidays.